Well, the North Mississippi chapter of the American Red Cross wants to make sure it has a large pool of trained volunteers as it deals with unexpected disasters that are part of life here in Northeast Mississippi. WCBI's Chad Groening reports.
When the devastating tornado hit Tupelo, the American Red Cross went into action. The North Mississippi chapter of the American Red Cross is responsible for a 31-county area, and most of the work is done by some 190 volunteers. And Saturday, some new volunteers, as well as some who wanted a refresher course, came to the Tupelo office for training. Nicholas Garbach is the program director for North Mississippi. It is his job to make sure the Red Cross is prepared for disasters by getting volunteers trained and prepared to help. He says they are looking for people with all kinds of skills.
I think the great thing about our organization is whether you like to work in an office or want to be outside, we've got jobs for everyone. So obviously we got record keeping to do, but also that face-to-face meeting with clients. So yeah, pretty broad range of skills that are needed, and we'll take advantage of anybody who can help.
Things are always changing. As the frequency or the size of disasters change, so do we. Some people are trained in local events, and there's additional training when you get to a national event, because then we're dealing with not just a pickup truck or a small truckload of equipment and supplies. We might be dealing with semi-loads.
Steve Swan is retired and has basically become a full-time volunteer for the Red Cross. He says the local chapter uses this vehicle to provide food for smaller size emergencies or this larger van for the bigger disasters. If you live in Smithville, here in Tupelo, or most recently in Tippah County, you are well aware of the devastating impact that a tornado can have on a community. That is why the American Red Cross wants to make sure that ample volunteers are ready when the next disaster strikes.
We have advance warning, and sometimes we do with bad weather. Then we put our volunteers on standby, ask them to make sure their families are prepared, that they're safe, so getting extra bottles of water or the snacks that you might have. And then our volunteers review their job. So for example, if you work in a shelter, then people go over their checklist of the kinds of things that they'll do. And basically then just monitor the weather and be prepared in case we do need to call people.
We get weather warnings, just like you do on your weathercast. We pay attention to those. The TV inside gets turned on. We put it on the weather warnings. We watch them. We have people ready to move as soon as there's an all clear given. And we will go anywhere in the state or in the adjacent states just by regular vehicle.
Swan says there's another one of these full-size vans on standby in Columbus. Chad Groening, WCBI News, Tupelo.